All right, enough of the excuses, enough of the noise. You got dreams, big plans, then shut up and get to work. No one cares about your problems, your setbacks. This world, it's brutal, man. It only respects one thing: results. They don't care what you went through to get there, only that you did. So quit looking for sympathy, it's just a distraction. All you need is quiet, that silence that pushes you harder than any cheer could. Sit down, get focused. There's a million others out there grinding hard, chewing on the struggle, and they're not saying a single word about it. They're doing what they have to, like shadows. They're out there working in silence, making moves no one sees coming. You want to be something? Do it under the radar. Keep your head down, keep grinding, keep pushing. Out here, silence screams louder than words ever will. That's how you get respect. They'll doubt you, they'll laugh, act like you're nothing. Let them. Every ounce of disbelief, every time someone writes you off, it's all fuel. Use it. Take every insult and let it drive you forward. You don't owe anyone an explanation. No need to broadcast your goals. Move like a ghost, stay hidden until it's too late for them to catch up. That's where the real power is, in that quiet control. Bottle up every ounce of doubt and turn it into a blade of focus. Laser sharp. You think you need validation? Approval? Forget it. That's weakness talking. You want to leave a mark? You don't beg for recognition. You just make it happen, carving it out with your own two hands. The truth. It's brutal out there. The only thing separating you from the next person is what you're willing to endure in silence. They're out there talking, showing off, posting every move, every minor success like it matters. They think people care. Here's the truth: they don't. People forget fast. They only remember what's undeniable. So build in silence. Let every hour you spend on your grind build something so undeniable they can't look away. You want to be remembered. Act like it. Legends aren't made through applause. They leave a mark no one else could. When you feel like quitting, when you think it's all too much, remember this: no one's watching. Your friends, your family, they're not there. It's just you, alone with your dreams. What do you have to prove? Everything. Every damn thing. Not for them, but for yourself. Silence is your weapon. Patience, your armor. People who talk loud, they're afraid. Afraid that if they're silent, the world will see them for what they are: weak. But you're not like them. You don't need to shout. You don't need anyone else's validation. The real ones, they're out here in the dark, grinding, failing, rising back up again and again, unseen. And that's the power. When no one knows and no one cares, that's where you gain strength, until you're undeniable, invisible, but unforgettable. You think any of the greats went around talking about what they were going to do? Hell no, they just did it. They let the work speak. The results, that's all they needed. People out here are hooked on noise. Every day they're soaking up distractions, getting drunk on fake praise. But not you. You don't need that. You don't need the spotlight. Let them chase that empty applause. While you're building an empire, one silent, solid brick at a time. Every single day, every moment you put in, there's a war happening, not with the world, but with the weakest parts of yourself, that lazy side, the part that wants comfort, that wants to complain. That voice, that's the voice of failure. Every day you either let it win or you crush it underfoot. You prove who's in control. Look around at all the success stories. Half of them are living on borrowed time, talking big about their grind, but it's all hype. They're cashing in on trends, not you. You're building something unbreakable, something no one else can imitate. And the first rule? Keep it quiet. Real power doesn't need the spotlight. Every day you're out here pushing harder, digging deeper. Every setback, every hit, take it and use it. Let it sharpen you into something they can't ignore. People won't get it, they won't understand. That's fine. Pain is fuel. The more they throw at you, the harder you push back. Not with empty words, not with promises, but with pure, raw action. All right, listen, when they're out there flexing, putting on a show, you're doing the real work. They're out there flaunting half-done plans, ideas that barely scratch the surface. But you're laying down the foundation, building something solid, something they can't even dream of. That's the difference. You're not here to play a game. You're here to conquer it. They're too distracted to see what's coming. By the time they know your name, it's already too late. By the time they're asking questions, you're a mile ahead, out of reach, and impossible to touch. That's why you stay quiet. The moment they hear you, they start scheming. But when you move in silence, they have nothing. They're stuck scrambling, chasing shadows while you're already crossing the finish line. That's power. Real power. The kind they can't steal, the kind they can't fake. They don't have the guts to put in this kind of work without someone watching. They're addicted to the spotlight. So let them keep doubting. Let them keep wasting time. For every second they're sleeping on you, that's a second you're getting closer. This game? It's designed for those who know how to stay in the background and make it count. This isn't about fame or getting likes. This is about something much deeper. Respect. The kind that doesn't fade. The kind that comes from being relentless, unbreakable. They'll call you crazy. They'll say you're wasting time. Let them. They don't understand what it feels like to be this driven, to have something burning inside that can't be ignored. You don't need their praise. You don't need their permission. You're your own fire, your own fuel. Every time you get up and keep grinding, it's not for them. It's for the vision you've got burned into your mind. A vision only you can see. So keep it to yourself. Keep your head down and let them circle around talking. You're out here building something real, something they can't even comprehend. One day when they finally see it, it'll be too late. They'll be left wondering how you did it. And by then, you're already miles ahead. Every night while they're dozing off, you're grinding, putting in those hours they'll never know about. They don't see the late nights, the exhaustion, the drive that refuses to let you quit. They have no idea what it takes to keep going when everything in you is telling you to stop. But they don't need to know. This isn't their journey, it's yours. Every second you put in, every step you take, you're adding another brick to the legacy you're building. Something solid. Something that stands long after all the noise fades. Applause dies out, but you're here for something that'll stick around. They waste their time showing off because they're terrified of being forgotten. They need that validation, need to feel like they matter. Not you. You don't need that. You know that when you're done, when it's all said and done, your work will be loud enough to speak for itself. Keep it quiet. Don't let them in on what you're doing. The world's full of people waiting to see you slip up, waiting to find cracks in your foundation. Don't give them a chance. Let them wonder. Let them think they know. By the time they see the truth, you'll be so far ahead, they won't know where to start. They're out here wasting time, convinced they're ahead, thinking they've got it all figured out. Let them. It's fuel for you. Use it. You don't have to tell them what's coming. They wouldn't understand it anyway. They're cozy, comfortable, wrapped up in routines they won't break. They think they're safe. But when you break out, when you start rising, it'll shatter everything they thought they knew. This isn't about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. Every insult, every doubt they throw at you, it's just noise. And while they're busy listening to that noise, you're here blocking it out, keeping your eyes on what really matters. You've got this vision, this fire, something raw, something powerful, and you're going to make it happen without a single word. People talk because they're scared. They use words like shields to cover up the fact that they're not moving, not growing. But silence. Silence takes courage. Silence is knowing that you don't need anyone's approval to keep climbing. They'll never understand what it's like to be this focused, this driven. They're too scared to go after something on their own. But you're beyond that. Every day you're in the shadows, putting in the work, taking another step towards something they can't even imagine. You see it clear as day. You know what you're after. You know the strength it takes to stay silent, to let them think they're ahead, while you're out here building something that can't be stopped. Let them laugh, let them doubt. Every word they throw your way. It's fuel. It makes you sharper, tougher. So keep pushing, keep grinding, keep moving in silence. And one day when they're left wondering how you got there, you'll be too far ahead for them to even catch a glimpse. All right, take this in. When it's all said and done, when you're finally ready to show them what you've built, they won't even know what hit them. They'll see the strength of someone who stayed quiet, someone who didn't need their permission to rise. But by then it'll be too late. While they were caught up in their own noise, you were busy putting in the work. Brick by brick, move by silent move. This game isn't for sprinters, it's a marathon, and you're built for the long haul. Every day, every hour, you're getting stronger while they're drifting. They're caught up in distractions, wasting hours like they've got all the time in the world. But you don't need to show off, you don't need to prove anything to anyone but yourself. Keep grinding in the shadows, keep adding weight to the foundation until they have no choice but to see it. Because in the end, silence is undefeated. When all the empty talk fades, what's left? The real. And that's what you're building, something unbreakable. One silent step at a time, you're creating something they won't see coming. Let them play their games. Let them chase the quick fixes and shortcuts that won't get them anywhere real. You're above all that. You're here for something that's built to last, and that takes more than they can give. They don't get it, can't even begin to. They're so hungry for fast results, they don't realize they're running in circles, chasing a finish line they'll never reach. You're cut from something different. You're here for the grind that builds legacies, for something that lasts. Every sleepless night, every quiet hour you pour into this journey is building towards something real. They're out here looking for easy wins, for claps and quick gains, but you're setting up a foundation that's unshakable. This isn't a fleeting victory. It's not some loud celebration for a moment of fame. This is your legacy. And real legacy doesn't come from shouting into the void. It's built in silence through discipline, focus, and restraint. Every time they put on a show, every time they post and boast, ask yourself, what's it worth? Nothing. It's empty gestures. Meanwhile, every hour you grind in silence, every bead of sweat is adding weight to something they could never carry. This is more than work, it's war. And the battlefield isn't out there for show. It's here, deep in the shadows, where nobody's keeping score. It's where you prove to yourself that you're unstoppable, that you don't need an audience to give you strength. Every quiet grind, every time you push forward without needing validation, is another layer of resilience, another brick in the empire they won't even realize you're building. They're busy looking for recognition, getting lost in the applause, but every second they spend chasing empty praise, you're gaining ground. With every hour you stay focused, every day you stay relentless, you're creating a distance they'll never be able to close. By the time they finally realize what you've been building, they'll be too far behind to catch up. You're building something they can't replicate because they don't have the courage to do it without the show. Pain, struggle, the grind in silence, that's the proof you're moving forward. While they run from it, you embrace it. Every hit, every setback, you take it and keep moving. That's what they'll never understand. They'll never know what it's like to keep going when no one's watching, to sacrifice when there's no reward but your own satisfaction. They think success is about the loud victories, about being seen, but it's not. The real victory is quiet. It's a relentless, unstoppable climb, so steady they'll never see it coming. They won't notice you're at the top until you're looking down, and by then it's too late. They'll have no idea how you got there because you didn't need to broadcast it. You didn't need to prove it to anyone but yourself. Remember that every time you're tempted to show them, to let them see the work you're putting in, resist. Let your silence speak. Let your results do the talking. And when the time comes, when they finally see what you've been building, they'll be staring up at something they can't reach. They'll see what discipline and silence can achieve, and they'll regret every second they wasted. This journey is yours alone. The grind is yours alone. You owe nobody an explanation. You owe nobody a single glimpse of the sweat you've put in. All you owe is to yourself to keep going, to keep building, to stay quiet and focused until the day comes when they can't ignore it any longer. When that day comes, they'll finally understand the strength of someone who didn't need their approval to succeed. But until then, stay quiet. Let them talk. Let them sleep. Let them waste their energy while you're channeling every bit of yours into every step forward. One day they'll look back and they'll wonder how they missed it, how they didn't see you rising. And you'll keep moving without a word, without looking back. Because you're not here to show it. You're here to live it, to be it. And that's all that matters. Keep grinding, keep going, and let silence be your strength.